You're one of those actors where, whenever I see, your name on the credits, I know that it's a film that I can, trust is gonna give me a good time. And that was definitely the case with All the Devils Are Here. I guess my first question to yourself is, what was it about this project that drew you in? Why did you want to be a part of it?
Um, because I come from the East End of London, I get asked to do lots of gangster movies, and I I'm hesitant to do them because I find that the modern gangster movies are just gangsters are wish fulfillment characters, and we've lost something of there was a beauty to the Long Good Friday and Mona Lisa and Get Carter and a sense of freedom. The Jimmy Boyle film where these men were gangsters, but there was a vulnerability, there was something tragic about them. Now you see all these gangster movies and everybody's trying to be cool, walking around with velvet collared overcoats and everyone's talking stupid Cockney rhyme, which and I am a Cockney and I never fucking spoke like that once. And it's a kind of caricature, and I grew up with real gangsters. I'd and they were tragic figures.
Mm.
What I love about this film is it's four villains in a hell of their own making. And I think that's a really accurate portrayal of them, really.
And you've worked on some, massive scale productions, but this is far more intimate. There's only a handful of characters. What do you enjoy most about, working on these sort of productions that are smaller, are a bit more intimate?
Well, even if you work on a big production, every location is just one room or one, and it's still the same. It's whether the writing is good, really. If the writing is good, and then it's just the same. It's just the scale of it really doesn't matter because when it comes down to it, it's just you and your thoughts and the character and whether the writer's done a good job, and all you can do is serve the writing, really.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of writing in this. There's so many monologues and conversations between you guys. I mean, that must be fun as an actor because it's almost like you're doing theatre in a way. So I imagine this was have been quite a lot of long takes to get through all of that.
Yeah, well, it was. I mean, the thing about writing is good writing is very easy to learn because you want to say those words because they are brilliantly efficient means by which the character fulfills their purpose. So if you work out what that is and then try to achieve it, you want to say those words. And also it flows. It's like Shakespeare. Shakespeare has momentum, and I think John's writing has momentum. You don't realize it's a long scene. The scene between me and Sam, you don't realize the long scenes. The scene between me and Tienne, you don't realize it. But before you know it, you've had 3 minutes of two characters sitting in a room and it's been a beautiful scene.
And how were the other guys as collaborators? Because this is very much a film that relies on those relationships and those dynamics with characters.
Oh, they're wonderful. I mean, I think Gorman gives an amazing performance. I think Tienne, the wonderful thing about Tienne is it was his first film. He was a very nervous actor, very disorientated, and yet he didn't try to be cool. He didn't try to kind of I don't know, macho it out in any way. He just lent into his disorientation because the character was disorientated. And I think that's a really generous, courageous thing for a young actor to do, to be to accept his own nervousness and to bring that to the character. Lots of people, their ego would try to be cool or try to have a kind of bluster in some way, and he didn't. He in many ways he's the heart of the story because he's the future.
And hidden amongst, these monologues and the conversations, there are these flurries of action. You get to do, some fight sequences along the way. How do you kind of go about preparing for those scenes and what do you enjoy about them?
I tell you what I enjoy the Nurofen afterwards. That's what I really enjoy because I'm about 20 years older than Sam Claflin, and me and him have to fight to the death in the mud. And oh my God. I mean, he actually had a bad backs, and even then, he was still kicking my ass. Yeah, bad back. I'm a 57-year-old. I mean, God, I was aching for days after that.
Well, at least you can put your feet up and relax now and, enjoy the release of the film.
Thank you very much. Thank you.